Hey everyone. So, kind of like what I'm doing is, I'm combining some decks here. And I'm going to mix them all together and see what they have to say for us. So, this could be a fast read, it could be a long one, I don't know. But just so you know, let me see if I can do this. Uh-oh. Alright, so I'm mixing and combining these 4 card decks. So this is going to, wow, boy, this sucker right here is going to be big. I ain't never done this before, but I've seen other people do it. So I'm going to do it. I mean, if you can see my table right now. But I've got to mix the cards. So I figured that would be something to kind of like capture. Let me put that right there. On TV. It is a lot. But just so you know, since I'm over here working, I feel like I'm stirring a pot for crying out loud. Like one of them witches in the cave with a cauldron and stirring a bunch of shit she done thrown in there, waiting on her sisters to walk in or come back from something while she's left there to do that, you know? Anyways, okay. So, that's probably a past life of mine coming forward. Shoot, you never know. One of y'all might have been in that life with me and might feel the connection right now as I speak. So, anyways, this is a bunch of cards. I got this bright idea. Like, not too long ago. So, let's hope that I can manage this sucker, boy. Because, like I said, I got this bright idea not too long ago. So, let me kind of get these straight. There's kind of like a way you got to... Alright, so anyways, while I do this, I will start by saying that, you know, we got like this full moon thing coming up. You know what I mean? That's going to be here in a few days. That's like a Capricorn moon that just happened not too long ago. And we've got like 3 or 4 planets in retrograde. And one thing that I have never heard of, but I felt it, was that our moon cycles, because I listen to Joshua Pingley on TikTok. If you watch any of my videos, oh shit, that got away with me. If you watch any of my videos, he's one you need to follow, okay? So, he is one you need to follow. So he just said something. Now keep in mind, we've got this full moon in Capricorn. We just had a full moon in Capricorn. We have like 3 or 4 planets in retrograde. Saturn's one. Saturn's the Lord of Karma. So that's like hitting rock bottom. Hitting rock bottom and shit coming to life, like having epiphanies and realizations, tower moments. Because that's what that is. The Lord of Karma. Okay, did you get the lesson? Have you learned the lesson? Are you sure you saw it? Alright, well, if you learned the lesson, you can get up, but you're going to hit rock bottom first. That's Saturn in retrograde. You really got to watch your mouth during this time period, because I'm trying to tell you, if you're like me, I quit fighting a long time ago because I saw how karma worked, and I thought to myself, you know, there's no badder bitch than karma. She badder than me and any other bitch I've ever seen out here. Why am I over here working this hard? I just need to sit back and let karma do her thing, because she's got my back regardless. So I let karma do her thing. So I don't even fight anymore. Anyways, so right now people are really getting their karma. I've seen mine, okay? That's some things I've got to face, because those are lessons I have to learn, and that's the same thing you ought to be, you know, saying to yourself. And then also too, you got to keep in mind too that Uranus and Neptune and Pluto are in retrograde. Pluto's all about death, rebirth, and transformation. I can't remember what Uranus is, but it's somewhat similar to how Saturn works. Neptune is talking about how the rose-colored glasses have come off. So now you're actually, instead of looking at everything like it's precious and it's beautiful, now you're really seeing it for what it is. Okay? Now, I will tell you too, Mercury's about to go retrograde soon. Let me tell you, yesterday, my leg above my knee and then into my hip, from my knee to my hip, is pain every time I walk, and I walk fast. Okay? I walk like I got on roller skates. Trust me, I know, because I know that when other people see it, recognize it, and they tell me about it, I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay? I once had this older lady who I look up to and admire. I admired her from afar, and every time she would come in, and she saw me one day, and she said, you know, I think you left your roller skates back there somewhere. You walking so fast. And I was like, you know what? I did. And actually, roller skates was my nickname for about 2 years. So anyways, I'm like, yep, I know. I'm fast, boy. I'm fast. Anyways, felt like that turbo. So I've noticed that, especially the other day, my knee and my hip hurt. Every time I took a right foot forward, it was that leg. And that, to me, is getting off on the right foot, is when you walk with your right foot. I walk with my right foot, okay? My right foot has purpose. So, anyways, I kept telling myself, this is Mercury asking me to not asking me, telling me to slow the fuck down. So, I started slowing down, okay? I started slowing down. You might be feeling it too, because I'm going to tell you that Mercury is all about, when it's in retrograde, introspection, looking within, reevaluating everything, seeing how far you come, seeing the changes you've made or that you need to make, okay? The realizations of the things that you need to do. Also the epiphanies of the things that you want to do that you might have to restructure or re-strategize or come up with a different strategy, okay? So, we're in pre-shadow. It ain't even I don't even think it goes full effect until August 4th. So, it's fucking with us right now. But it's really going to be doing something come August 4th. I don't know what that is. That's going to be different for everybody. Another thing is, too, is that, like with this Joshua Pingley, hold on, let me shuffle these cards. Okay. I got to start shuffling the cards or this would be a long reading. Alright, cards. What messages do you have for us for the following 30 days? I'm going to probably have to go this way. Alright, so, anyways, with that being said, I watch Joshua Pingley, who's on TikTok. Okay. I felt this shit, but I didn't know how to put it into words, and I didn't even know that it was an actual thing. So, but he said that our moon cycles have been off for like an entire year. They've been backwards. They've been starting with the full moon and ending with the new moon, and I thought, you know what? That's why everything has kind of felt like it's been kind of, my grandma would say, ass backwards. So things have been ass backwards for a little bit. Okay? Things have been ass backwards for a little bit. So anyways, let me see if I can do this now. I might not be able to, because this is a lot. So, let me see. How do some people do this? Give me a second. I got to figure this out. I don't know if this right here is going to work. This ain't going to work. Hold on. I know what I'm going to have to go at it sideways. I'm one of those that's a little about going sideways, but that's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. Just go with it sideways. Try to get these in here. Okay, so he was saying that for like the past year and a half, our moon cycles have been starting with the full moon and ending with the new moon. And it's finally starting to straighten itself out. So we're going to see that here over, you know, the next course of I don't know how long that's going to be, but it's definitely going to be coming up here soon, where things are, these cards, where things are going to be getting straightened out. Well, this is difficult, but okay, that's how I had to do that last one. So I'm going to try and make this fast. But anyways, I would say that once Mercury retrogrades over with, and I think that's the end of August, we're going to see a huge shift. And plus, we've got this Lionsgate Lion portal coming on. So, there... I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that this ain't going to apply to everybody. Like, if you're watching this, then just know this is meant to be. Anyways, okay, so right now, there's something you started. You started something important, and now it's time to complete it. Okay? This is something that you've been working on, but you're like half-assing it, or you are also, you go work on a little bit, and then you take a break. You go work on a little bit, and then you take a break or step aside. Now, in the meantime, you are noticing and paying attention to the relationships around you, whether this is with actual relatives or like brothers and sisters, or just the people around you that you interact with, to get along with others, see the love and the best within them. So right now, your opinion, well, the rose-colored glasses have come off. So I would say right now, you're around a lot of people that, even if, I mean, it doesn't matter who they are, you almost have to, or you already are, looking at them like there's a connection there, or they're your brother and sister, or there's some type of, you're seeing the connection, why they're there, the purpose for it, right? So you are learning and talking yourself and working yourself through this, of how to best handle these people that are in your life at this time right now, especially if it's the ones that are bothering you, stressing you out, or driving you crazy, or making you nuts. Okay? Like, you really need a holiday. You really need a trip, a vacation, or something. You know it. You feel it. But it's almost like you can't, for some reason right now, you can't do it. You can't take a holiday. You might have even planned something, but because of these planets, it got canceled. Because that's the same thing that happened to me. But anyways, leading up to this moment, and it could have been this past full moon, because there's a full moon in this card, you had some good laughing about something. Now, let me ask you this. Are you in a position right now where you're like, man, I was over here laughing my ass off about that, now look at me now, because where am I at right now? This is the very thing that I was laughing about. And you were probably talking about it, what is that, like boasting about it to other people, whether it was friends, brothers and sisters, or people that you hang around with. You were boasting about it. And because of Saturn right now, Lord of Karma, you might be somewhat in that, like, and that is trying to teach you something. There's a lesson to be learned within that if you'll look at it, okay? But this is going to be different for everybody. Ask yourself, what is it right now, the question that you've been wondering this whole time around this situation and scenario in your life that you got going on? What's the question you've been asking? The answer? Unlikely. I don't know what that means for you. Okay? But whatever it is that you're asking or thinking, it's unlikely to happen. And it's because there's something better, which is going to be in the future. You know, that's to come. We ain't got there yet. But we are well on our way. Okay? So there's something better in our future. So it looks as though we can't move just yet. We almost have to sit still, take pause, which is exactly what the hell Mercury retrograde is, okay? I'm telling you. Like, Mercury retrograde's like, peace be still. And I'm sitting over here like, but I got shit I got to do. And it's like, I want you to sit down for a minute and talk to me. Like, what's going on? What you need to change? Do you like where you are right now? You see what goals and rules you set in the past? Have you accomplished any of them? Have you done any of them? Okay. Well, if you did, good. Alright. Well, if you did, then, alright, well, where are we going now? And if you ain't, then do we need to keep doing them? Do we need to set up a new regimen and follow them? Is that something that we even want to do now? Because we've grown. We've changed. Things have changed. People have changed. Our opinions have changed. Even perspectives could have changed. So now it's like, okay, well, now what am I going to do? Because shit ain't the same no more. So how can either I stand up in the midst of all this and find a way, or how can I dust myself off, find a way, or how can I embrace this myself and this situation and move forward? It's one of those. So whatever you're seeing it as, it's unlikely to go that way. It's unlikely to happen like that. You need to hold your position because something better is on the way. My God. Lord, I tell you. Okay. So there is an upcoming trip that's going to prove to be life-changing in positive ways. So we do have travel. Okay. Hopefully you can see that. That's you right there, going somewhere. You're doing something. If your ass is not packing a bag and going for a day or 2 days or 3 days or a week, then you would be astral projecting or astral traveling or looking into like your spirit animals and magic of doing something and going somewhere. And I say that because, you know, sometimes even us as witches are like, I just need to get by the creek for a minute. So you go through the woods and you walk to the creek and you're by yourself. I've done that before, especially in like when I was like 13 and 14. In that age bracket, I would just go sit by the creek. I would walk among the rocks, talk to the water, watch the water, just listen and be still and be quiet. That might be something that's coming up for you that you're going to do. But whatever it is, there's some type of movement here that's going to make changes in life changes in positive ways. So, I mean, it's got to be like huge, gigantic. I mean, even this daggone deer she on. I mean, look at all those antlers. That's like, this is like Rhaenys in House of Dragon coming upon that white deer. You know, when her dad was hunting it for the birth of her brother, or either I think it might have been her brother. And they said there was some type of saying about finding that white deer. Well, that white deer came to her. But anyways, okay. So, whatever it is, it's life-changing. In your environment, we also have, which is contradictory to that, unlikely, but it's because your perspective on it is not how it's going to come out. So there's something better in play and in store for you, but it's like angelic and it's heaven sent. Because in your environment, we have definitely yes. The answer to your question is a strong yes. So even if you're asking questions about what's going to happen with like this person around me or what's going to happen with this person, whatever you've been thinking about around that situation is a strong yes. It's going to happen either, if it doesn't happen, it's probably not going to happen the way you see it, because you got to keep in mind we are the flesh and the flesh is weak. So it's probably not going to happen the way you see it, but it's going to happen on an angelic or a heavenly like manner or realm or atmosphere or theme. Okay, so it's going to be better, and it's going to exceed your expectations and how and what you thought it was. So, oh boy, that took a second to get out. In your hopes and fears, the answer that you're seeking is love. So, I mean, you've got fears that it's not going to turn out or be the way you want it, but also, too, you're having a hope that it's answered some way, shape, or form better, or at least that, or you're hoping at least that God's looking out for you, or your angelic team is looking out for you. So, the outcome, though, is taking action. And the thing that I love about, hold on one second because this thing popped up. The thing that I love about this card of taking action is that this angel is on this horse, and it's like he's got his wand. He threw his wand, his horse is reared up. So he has kicked the horse like, hi-ya! And the horse rears up and then takes off like lightning speed. So this is the future. This is in like 30 days. I would say that that's actually right after Mercury goes direct at the end of August. Like, things are picking up and things are moving. Things are going to take off. So that right there, and on top of there's something better, we've got those two things that taken off, and there's something better to look forward to at the end of this 30 days. Now, if I look at the bottom of the deck, then we have try something new. So you'll only know that you can do something if you try. So you need to start doing something different. You need to change up your routine, your habits, your wardrobe, pick up a yoga class or start running, do something. You need to change it up, okay? So there was some type of either birthday or a celebration or party that you went to in the past that is whatever that was around that party. Like if you went out and celebrated or went out with a group of people and you had a really good time, that could be that. So whatever that is, you've got questions or you're realizing something about that, and it's giving you some type of peace, because now you're feeling and trying to be as simple as possible. You're putting your energy into the basics, or you need to. If that's not, maybe that's why this try something new is coming out. Put your energy into the basics and let go of excess. So you might need to scale down and bring it back in, reel it in for a minute, okay? You might need to reel it in and focus on the universe, and because your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. But how can you teach if you don't know? So right now, the universe is trying to teach you or show you something. So you almost like need to step back and be still. You know, like how that scripture says, peace, be still. And even the one in Matthew, let go and let God, which is actually what dragonfly, if you can see my dragonfly, is what dragonfly medicine is all about. So right now, the universe is trying to teach you something. It's okay to be different. So that's at the middle of the deck. It's okay to be different. You don't need to be like everyone else. You're perfect just the way you are. So you need to start embracing that and going after that, doing that, and being that. Now, whether or not that takes you changing and having a glow up, or Beyonce said the best revenge is your paper. So, you know, go out here and start hustling. One girl said to me the other day, I made more money. I don't remember what she called it. She made more money doing something. But to me, I looked at her and said, well, I call that hustling. So it was like hustling, but she called it something different. Like thieving. I don't know. Like, I don't want to say, because I definitely don't want to say the wrong thing. But anyways, it wasn't thieving or scamming. It was something else. And I said, I call that hustling. So you might need to hustle right now. Switch up your game. Change up you know, change up the scenario, change up it yourself. I would not go get a haircut right now. I need to go get my haircut, and I'm like, shit. I'm like, either you better get your haircut before August 4th or wait until after August, like 20 something, okay? That's how Mercury works. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. This is what I have for you. Stay tuned because I got another reading like that with all those cards, but 4 different decks coming soon, okay? So thank you. Take care. Namaste.